and welcome to Catalan News. The Catalan Parliament needs a new president. Carme Forcadell announced today that she will not continue in the post once the chamber holds its opening session on January 17th. Today, this news shares the Catalan media's attention with the hearing of 3 jailed pro-independence leaders. They are accused of sedition and other crimes after the Declaration of Independence, and their aim is to be released. In today's show, we'll tell you what they said to the judge, and we'll also look into a very unique purchase of a flat in Tarragona. It is the first one bought using only bitcoins. Some key pro-independence figures from the past term are now stepping aside. This was the case earlier this week for the deposed Justice Minister Carles Mundó, who spent a month in prison accused of rebellion after the Declaration of Independence. Today it was Carme Forcadell, the Catalan Parliament president, who said she will not vie for the post in the coming term. Forcadell also played a crucial role during the moments of high tension between Catalonia and Spain last autumn.
This
image won't be repeated anytime soon. It shows the Catalan Parliament President, Carme Forcadell, announcing the Chamber's declaration of Catalonia's independence. While it is unknown if Catalan lawmakers will make a similar declaration in the near future, what is certain is that Forcadell will no longer be the Parliament President. She announced her decision today.
Crec que el nou moment polític requereix ara d'una nova figura lliure, sobretot de processos judicials.
Forcadell was in the eye of the storm in the clash of wills between Catalonia and Spain in recent months. As she allowed several debates and votes on a referendum on independence in the chamber, the Spanish prosecutor filed 4 criminal lawsuits against her.
El principal repte que hem tingut en aquesta legislatura ha estat preservar la sobirania del Parlament. Ha estat garantir que el debat i la paraula fossin lliures en aquest Parlament, que no hi hagués lloc per la censura.
She is now free under €150,000 bail with a trial pending, facing charges that carry a sentence of up to 30 years in prison. The parties against independence celebrated her announcement.
Esto es el sálvase quien pueda del procés, y es el reconocimiento, aunque no lo digan en público, de que ellos saben que han fracasado, que han perdido las elecciones y que el procés no va a ninguna parte.
La presidenta Forcadell ha fet un flac favor a la institució d'aquesta casa, a la presidència. Per primera vegada hem tingut una presidenta que ha estat al dictat d'una majoria parlamentària i, per tant, vulnerant els drets dels grups parlamentaris que no estaven dins d'aquesta majoria.
On January the 17th, the Parliament will hold its opening session, and a replacement for Forcadell will have to be appointed. By the end of the month, a session to pick a Catalan president must also be held. Carles Puigdemont is in pole position for the post, but he's in Brussels, hoping to be sworn in at a distance, as setting foot in Catalonia would likely mean his arrest. Yet a Spanish government official published a report today stating that Puigdemont's plans are illegal. He also made clear that Madrid would challenge any appointment made at a distance.
Once more, the political situation in Catalonia is also drawing interest in other countries, as we hear from this MEP. It is the Lithuanian MEP Petras Auštrevičius who urged the EU to promote more dialogue on the Catalan issue. He said that only by sitting at the same table can a solution be found. He made these remarks to the Catalan news agency the day the EU held an event to celebrate the 35th anniversary of its support to the right to self-determination of the Baltic states.
The European Parliament should ask for more debate, for dialogue, negotiations, which is the only way, to agree in this situation. Frozen situation, kind of stuck situation is bad for all.
And Catalan politics is once again mixed with the judiciary. Today, 3 pro-independence leaders in jail are testifying for a 3rd time in the Spanish Supreme Court. They aim to be freed after spending between 70 and 87 days behind bars. For this reason, they gave a powerful argument to the judge regarding Catalonia's road to become an independent state.
Unilateral means to achieve independence are no longer on the table. This is what 3 Catalan leaders who've been in jail for more than 2 months told a Spanish judge today. They appeared before the Supreme Court after requesting, once again, to be released. And with all the hearings over, it is now up to the judge to decide. Jordi Sanchez and Jordi Cuixart, two civil society leaders, were sent to prison on October 16th for allegedly organising protests against a Spanish police operation to hamper the independence referendum. Home Affairs Minister Joaquim Forn was jailed on November 2nd. Out of the 9 Catalan government members who were in prison that day, only Forn and Vice President Oriol Junqueras remain behind bars. Sanchez and Forn ran in the December 21st election as candidates for Together for Catalonia, headed by President Carles Puigdemont, currently in Brussels. A party colleague said she is hopeful that they'll be able to attend the Parliament's opening session.
I per tant jo espero una vegada més que imperi el sentit comú, que es faci justícia i que ells puguin sortir, i desitjo amb totes les meves forces que la setmana vinent puguem veure en el Jordi Sánchez i en el Quim Forn asseguts en el seu escó en el Parlament de Catalunya, i evidentment també tinguem el Jordi Cuixart en la tribuna de convidats.
But what comes next for Sanchez and Forn if they are released? According to one of their lawyers, anything but unilateral independence.
I per suposat també ha dit que si el dia de demà, sent ell diputat del Parlament de Catalunya, la formació Junts per Catalunya fa una deriva una altra vegada cap a una declaració unilateral d'independència, ell baixarà del vaixell i plegarà com a diputat del Parlament.
The other jailed Catalan leader, Vice President Junqueras, appeared in court last week. However, the judge's decision to keep him behind bars leaves some of his colleagues not very hopeful about the prospects of others being released.
Soc pessimista perquè, i tant de bo m'equivoqui, perquè si fa pocs dies l'Oriol Junqueras va comparèixer aquí i es va demostrar que a la figura del pres polític li afegien la figura de l'hostatge, del pres hostatge polític, per quina raó ara canviaran?
It's been 87 days since Sanchez and Cuixart first entered prison, and 70 for Forn and Junqueras.
Meanwhile, in the field of healthcare, Catalonia has once again surpassed its record in number of organ transplants for 2017. Here, the amount of the aforementioned procedures done is one of the highest in the world, 146.5 per million people, totaling 1,106 surgeries. This represents 9% more than in 2016, which was already a record-breaking year. The Catalan Transplant Organization additionally stated that the number of organ donors has also gone up to 333 in 2017, an increase of 6%. This growth also comes from donations after death. Now, only 1 out of 10 families decides not to donate the organs of the deceased, a number which the organization deemed as extraordinary and a reflection of what society thinks. Moving on to business and technology now. Bitcoins have been hitting the news a lot lately. Last year, the value of just one Bitcoin skyrocketed by 1,500%. Even the less tech-savvy amongst us may have an idea of what they are. More and more, cryptocurrency is becoming a part of everyday life for some people, as an estate agent in Tarragona experienced recently.
Now bitcoins are even being used in the buying and selling of property. In the southern Catalan city of Tarragona, the first flat in the country has been sold using nothing but the cryptocurrency as legal tender. Mr. Piso, the estate agent behind the deal, believes Bitcoin will play a key role in the sector. If both parties use the currency, one can buy a property without as much hassle.
I és una transacció molt més neta, és a dir, en un moment tu pots adquirir alguna cosa que en aquest moment tu no pots tenir el crèdit al banc o no pots tenir qualsevol altra hipoteca, que aquí treballem molt amb hipoteques, però pots tenir aquest moneder o pots tenir aquest criptomoneda.
In fact, a second house is already on the market for sale using bitcoins. It costs around 40 bitcoins. That might not sound like a lot, but bear in mind that one Bitcoin is now valued at just over 11,000 euros. So what makes Bitcoin different from other forms of money? Apart from the fact there is no physical weight, as it is based on algorithms, Bitcoin transactions can be made without involving middlemen such as banks, which is good news for property buyers and sellers like Ana Durango in Tarragona.
Bueno, primer m'ha explicat com funcionava, m'ha agradar la idea i tot sigui doncs, per agilitzar la venda del pis.
Although now the buying and selling of Bitcoin is perceived as a way of getting rich quick, it was originally created as an alternative of the current financial system. It is also worth bearing in mind that the value of a Bitcoin is not fixed. Only last night the price plummeted by 13.5%.
Also related to new technologies, a new app can be of much help for birdwatching fans. It is unique as it has been created by high school students in the Catalan Pyrenees, near the border with Andorra. The app, appropriately called Flying, is the result of an interdisciplinary work done by pupils during the Christmas holidays. By using it, birdwatchers will be able to identify characteristic birds in the area. The app is available for any Android users. And staying in the high-tech business, the car manufacturer SEAT is in top shape, as it has just announced its best results in terms of sales since 2001. The Catalan company is the biggest contributing firm to the country's GDP, and it might continue to be so in the future. Last year, it sold around 470,000 cars. This means some 14% more than in 2016, and an annual increase for a fifth year in a row. SEAT sold in 2017 45% more vehicles than in 2012. The León and Alhambra models are the most successful ones among buyers. And with this, we've come to the end of our show. But before we say goodbye, we want to show you an example of an old, beautiful art form, clockmaking. In the northern Catalan town of Figueres, the Technical Museum restored the old mechanical clock of the Sant Pere Church bell tower. The clock is thought to have been built in the 40s and was exchanged for a digital one 15 years ago. The museum will incorporate it into its display in order to give it back to the town. We hope you enjoy a closer look at its intricate workings, and we'll be back with more Catalan news tomorrow.